What's up, everybody? Rob Nakamura here with the High Chief, Zac Pauga. Together, we're fully hydrated. And what a wild week of stuff have we had. But before we get into the most recent events, the most awesome things, maybe the most packed Saturday. We've had a lot of packed weeks in 2026, but definitely one of the most packed 2026s on the card. I have someone that a special guest. We have a special guest. He is incredibly talented, fun to be around, and just downright talented and dangerous. So, with no further ado, let me introduce to you the awesome Jaden Ortega.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up, Jaden?
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Glad to have you here. Man, 6-0. That's what people's gonna see when they look you up. But what is something else they should know about you? I have the pleasure of getting to see you fight live a few times, getting to know you a little bit better. But what is something they should know about you as a person, as a fighter? That's more than the 6-0.
Well, I would say I'm probably the only professional MMA fighter that can hoop pretty damn well.
Oh, all right. I like
Were
it.
you a wrestler? Did you wrestle? Did you wrestle growing up?
Oh,
Oh, we just lost it.
lost it for a second. In the meantime, I will play a really awesome highlight reel of Jaden. So as Jaden connects back with us here in a second, I think the world needs to know a little bit more about him and what he does in his professional time.
Excelente el derechazo por parte de Uri Chávez. Viene el izquierdazo por parte de Ortega. Nos damos cuenta de que toda la gente la presione y la Ortega. Viene excelente con el rodillazo por parte de Jaden Ortega. Uri Chávez dice, no me hiciste ni daño. Desgastarse mucho. Oh, una patada arriba. Y parece que viene... va a detener el combate Jonathan Romero. Damas y caballeros, esto se acabó. Parece que con la patada le picó el ojo derecho a Woody Chávez. Y la gran marometa por parte de Jaden Ortega realizando su cuarta pelea en combate global. Y de qué manera la finalizó.
Hey, I'm back. I think it cut me out somehow.
Technology, it's not always perfect. But while you were reconnecting through the magic of the internet, you got to share with the public your most recent fun times back in February. You fighting a guy who had like 10 times your cage experience, which like look at the records. It's like 10 times the amount of fights, which is really impressive, dude. You handled the guy very well, very awesome. But let's go into more recent stuff and work our way back. You were just in camp, you were about to fight, and then bad news happens. Let's give us what you can of that scenario.
I went through basically all of camp. I was feeling the best that I've ever felt. I mean, I've been working with some super high level striking coaches out here in Vegas. And I was ready to show some even more crazy shit, some more creative striking. And I think like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before, I didn't even find out from them like letting me know I saw an Instagram story from one of the people that worked at Combate saying, looking for a 170-pound welterweight, opponent is 6-0. And I slid up and I was like, this is me, right? Like, what are we doing? And he was like, yeah. And so they said they were going to look for a replacement. Weren't able to find one. And then now we're here.
Like I told you privately, take that as a compliment that people are dropping out, that they're, you've seen it when legends get to the end of their career, everybody is calling them out. Look at Izzy. Like everybody wants to fight Izzy now all of a sudden. That's the direct opposite of what you're getting. They're going, hey, what, you seen what he can do? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it that. I would rather go an easier path through life. So I know it kind of sucks dealing with that, but like that's literally part of the professional game. I'm sure you already know this, but it's So what did you do? You got yourself all juiced up, metaphorically, obviously,
Yeah.
not PDs, and you're all ready to fight, and then you get this kind of a letdown. How do you express yourself? How do you get that out? Because obviously you're ready for battle.
I mean, just training and sticking with the grind. Just because a fight falls through doesn't mean you got to stop working hard and bettering yourself. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason I do this is because it feels like I literally treat this sport like a video game. Every fight, I'm leveling up. And so the more I can complete all the stages and all the challenges, whatever, I'm constantly leveling up. So it was, a little bit of a bummer for sure for a fight to get canceled, but I'm still leveling up no matter what. So I'm not mad about it.
Respect the professional attitude on that. Well, I will pass a little bit of question to the real professional fighter over here who knows some of the trials and tribulations of the heartache of fights getting pulled out and other things like that. So Zach, go for it, man.
Well, I just want to say, so I asked, you said that you can hoop, and then I asked if you wrestled. The reason I say this to all, obviously, I came into fighting way late. I didn't wrestle. I didn't do anything in high school. But the one thing you know about all wrestlers is that they suck at basketball.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
the same season. It's the same season, and no one would choose wrestling if they were good at basketball. Nobody chooses to wrestle.
Thanks.
Not for the basketball team, and then that's how you end up on the wrestling team.
Yep.
That's what's up.
I just wanted to ask you so obviously you're crushing it. 6-0, 6 finishes. Like, are you even worried about the UFC? Are you obviously you had a fight that fell out, but like, what's your timeline? Like, what do you think that you're looking at? I got in at 7-0, and for me, I was in a rush. I was older, but that felt like I got in too soon at 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly hard to say because I've seen, I'm only 23, but I've still seen so many different routes. Like my teammate and good friend Brady Heastand, he's 3-0 in the UFC right now. And I think when he got there, he was like when he went on Tough, the Ultimate Fighter, he was 3-1. So I'm like, if you can, he learned as he went, and he's successful as it is right now. So I'm like, you can still get in early and learn as you go and still have a successful career, or you can, play the long game, get all the experience. And I think, honestly, I'm really down for whatever. I signed the 2-year contract with Combate, so I'm stuck with that for a little while longer. But I did that with the intent of building experience and just, like I said before, leveling up before I get to the UFC. Because honestly, being completely real, I feel like I'm ready right now. But there's no harm in getting better before I get there anyways.
That's instant. And dude, Brady's a good friend of mine. That's awesome.
That's my guy. Yeah.
We were he was when I was on Tough, he was Juliana's training partner. So he was there the whole time that I was on Tough.
Hell yeah. That's sick.
I love all these small worlds and how everybody connects and links up.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. So spinning to another thing that you've been developing, and honestly really impressed by, you hit the ground running like a fish to water on the microphone. Got to watch your first ever broadcast, and you had a couple since, and dude, you are so damn good at rocking the mic and doing the work inside of the cage. I'm sure, with a blessed career down the line, you know when you're all done with fighting, it's going to be easy for you to run desk, or maybe even run both at the same time. But man, did you do anything prior? Have you done acting or theater or anything, or is that just a natural gift you had to be smooth as silk? I had to work so hard to not be a blabbering retard, and I'm still pretty bad at it. So you're just so good. I'm jealous, and I'm happy for you at the same time.
No, I really appreciate that, for real. But no, I fought Woody, and then I had probably 3 days just hanging out with my friends in San Diego. And while I was at the airport, Afromwitz, the VP of Combate, had messaged me and was like, "Hey, would you want to come and commentate? We need an extra guy." And I was like, "Yeah, why not? Fuck it." So I went and did it for the first time, and surprisingly, it honestly kind of felt like your first time in the cage. all the nerves were there, and I was just like, oh shit. And then it literally felt like it takes the first round to get good feel, feel your opponent out, get the range, get the distance, everything like that. And then finally you get a little comfortable and you catch a rhythm. And that's exactly what it felt like commentating too. I just had to watch, I couldn't cuss. So I had to catch myself a couple times. I don't even know if can I say whatever on here? Am I free to speak?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
I like asked it was like the most boring fight ever. And Campbell before the show told me, he's like, there's a welterweight fight, or there's two of them. I want you to like talk a little shit. Like, don't like shit on them, but like just throw little jabs in there. And
Right.
so the last fight of the card was a welterweight fight, and it was super boring. Like, it was just a terrible fight. But
I remember
they went north-south for a little bit there, and I made like some like a homophobic.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Give a fighter a microphone, sit back and watch the magic happen. Campbell and Mike are smart dudes. They knew what was happening. So you're yourself, and that was cool. And yeah, that fight was bad though. You brought some entertainment with that comment, and I don't care what anybody says. I back it up. So good.
I try to keep it as PG-13 as possible. Just like, I think I did all right for most of the show, but yeah, that one slip up. Yeah, that was.
And it's hard to that. People don't respect how hard it is. I did commentary for Karate Combat the day after the tournament that I did, the 3 fights in one night. And like,
oh shit.
But they asked me while I was there to do it. And I was like, exactly. I was like, yes, like more opportunity, more Mike did it. And I'm like, going fight by fight. And I just tell them, I'm tired of talking about this. Like, I'm out of things to say. Like, can I go home, please? My face all beat up because I just fought the day before.
Yeah, that's
so hard.
No way. No, the last show we just did. So my fight fell out, and then another fight fell out. So there was only 3 fights, and I'm pretty sure like production, like for the TV company, we have to be on for a minimum of 90 minutes. And so we had to cover all this extra space. And so basically it was like me and the other commentator just bullshitting for like 20 minutes.
Coming up with stuff, yeah.
Literally.
Hey,
yeah.
You could have had worse partners, running it with Alex and running it with Ben. It's a fun time. It made probably not too hard to have fun and talk and fill in that time gap. But that's another great level of experience you're getting, and I'm glad. Like, I know the people at Combate appreciate you, and I know you're doing your work there and gaining your experience. But I'm really happy for you as a total package. You're getting this microphone experience, you're getting fight experience, you're not in a negative way, perfectly awesome and young and ready to like offer the next, whenever the next big opportunity comes. You have a lot going for you, bro. Like,
thank you.
And that's a great thing. Now, mention some more. I know you're training with a lot of great people, but drop, where you're training at and some of the people you get some action with.
So as of the last 2.5, 3 months, I've been in Vegas. I've been training at Syndicate quite a bit. John Wood he's a good coach. They got a good team over there. The guys that I've been training with the most, I would say probably like, he just fought on the MVP card, and it wasn't a great performance, but his name is Kenny Cross. He's honestly a really good fighter. He just got a pretty great opponent in Parnasse, but he's pretty good. I've been working with earlier in the camp was Johnny Walker, and that was like a whole different ball game. Like, I went from dudes like my gym in Spokane I don't think there's Ashton Charlton, but he's a 55er, and he's by far the biggest. The rest of them are all probably 45ers and lower. And then I come to Vegas, and I'm going with 230-pound Johnny Walker. He's a freaking monster.
Yeah,
you're a Sick Jitsu guy. You're a Sick Jitsu guy, dude. Yeah. Okay, so I know, dude. I trained. Rick was the coach. Was Julian like the coach on when I was on Tough?
Really?
Yeah, he was because Juliana Pena was my coach, and Rick,
was
her coach. So that's what, that's
I do
all those guys. Ashton, Brady, they were all out there.
Yep.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. And what you're talking about right now, man, is a pretty critical. And I want to highlight this not just for you, but for any, up and coming fighters that are listening to this. You put in your time, you put in your work at your home gym and stuff, but there becomes this point where it doesn't always have to be Vegas, but it's basically Vegas or Florida, in my opinion, where you make the jump and you go there and you, like you said, you find a whole new level of guys, you find a whole different body of water to swim with sharks, and your game just multiplies. How much could you say that you feel you've grown by coming to Vegas?
I mean, in only two short months, light years. Like Rick Little at the end of the day will always be the head coach in my corner. Like the guy just knows how to win. And him and I, at least like fight IQ wise, run on a very similar level. Like it's very just simplicity, do what needs to be done to get the job done. And so he's great in that aspect. But out here, I think I definitely needed just an upgrade in my striking, because at the end of the day, like he's a grappling coach, I would say. Like our gym is more heavily towards grappling. And but I'm an athletic striker, and I've been looking for ways to level that up. And so like my first experience out here was his name is we call him Geha. He coached Johnny and Michel Pereira. But he's like, his whole game is just creative athletic striking. So it's like he likes to connect my movement, because I move so much, with different combinations and being able to kind of just flow. It almost feels like an MMA version of capoeira. Like it's pretty sick. And I was super excited to come show it for my fight. But
now the next person gets to see an even more refined version as you tune it in a little further. And that's something I noticed from you from when I saw you fight last year live in Florida, was your movement, dude. Like you're even still early in the game, your movement is like, so I think anybody watching would pick up on that. Like it's very good. So for you to find someone who can take that even further, adapt it further, and using creative, like Michel Pereira is like one of the most creative dudes there ever was. Like
exactly
a backflip stomp in the UFC, whether it's legal or not, who cares? But he landed it, right?
Well, and do you go to like the PI with Brady or with any of the guys? Do you like?
I'm at the PI every day. So that's where I've been training with Johnny and Geha. I was at the PI.
That's the biggest thing, and you know, but for everyone watching, for the people, it's such a resource. They do so much for you, and I tell everybody, like if you're a single dude and you are an MMA fighter, you should move to Vegas. Like
100%.
I got into the UFC. I had 2 kids when I got into the UFC. Well, I wasn't moving to Vegas, but if you're just a single regular guy, you gain so much being in Vegas, having access to the PI, seeing, I'm sure you run into McMaynard or Sean Shelby at the PI sometimes. And just knowing your face, like it's such a leg up over staying in Spokane and just being out there and just winning regional fights,
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, like this last card actually on UFC Fight Night, this dude I would train with at Syndicate. He didn't claim Syndicate, which I thought was hilarious. But he's from the Ukraine. His name is Artur Minyev, and he's 7-0 and 22 years old. So damn near the exact same as me. And he got the call up, and I'm pretty sure like it was a short notice, and he got 3-fight contract off rip. So he lost, but I mean, still, it's just the opportunity was there. They know his face because he's at the PI all the time, and they called him. They're like, "Hey, how much do you weigh right now?" He told them. They're like, "Bet, you're on the show." And so it's just go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and taking the short notice opportunities, it's pretty much understood industry wide that like that's an unfavorable matchup for you, but that's a tax you pay to get the quick ticket in.
100%. And then if you win, you're shot up fast as hell.
That's it. It's definitely an accelerator for that stuff. The PI, I only got to be there once, and it was like the coolest fucking place ever. I tried to compose myself and not nerd out too hard, but it's a wonderfully awesome place, and I'm glad you're getting the benefits of all of this, dude. What was your trigger? Like, what told you, hey, obviously respect to Spokane and the team that got you as far as you got, but what was the spark that was like, hey, let me jump over to Vegas? Now's the time.
I mean, we've been coming here for just kind of on and off over the last couple of years. And I mean, I've kind of always had that in the back of my head. Like, I'm going to need to make a move somewhere eventually, at least just because like my style just isn't similar to my teammates. And it's just like, I want to hone my own style. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to have good wrestling and be a well-rounded fighter, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to do shit that doesn't suit just my body. You know what I mean? And so it was between here and Florida. And then I actually, we were out here just practicing and checking out the gyms, and I met a girl out here, and kind of ended up just inserting myself, I guess, a little bit into. I mean, through her, she's in the UFC, and so through her, I kind of networked and made the connections I have right now.
Hey man, as a multi-decade person of Vegas, and I moved here for opportunity myself. That's one thing I love about my city is people come from all over the country, all over the world. They have a goal, they have a destination, and it's you put in the work and you can get it. This is one of the good places for that still in this beautiful country of ours, man. Without taking up too much more of your time, and I appreciate it very much. What is something you want for yourself, and what is something you would like to see for the sport, like to get better overall?
I mean, at the end of the day, my main goal is become champion. Like that was kind of the deciding factor for me signing that contract with Combate, with the whole taking the long game, was like the goal is not to get in, it's to stay in once you're there and be successful while you're there. And so that's kind of what led to me signing that. And so, yeah, I mean, I just want to keep upgrading in every facet of the game and leveling up and become the best welterweight in the world. That's the goal as of right now.
I've loved your attitude for a long time, man. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to you. But would you say the long game and then that contract leads you to about 25 years old? I feel old as shit and I love it. I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad that the pace you're setting, bro, is intelligent. There's another strength of yours. You're intelligent. You make good, full picture decisions, bro. And I'm glad to see it, man. Is there anything you want to say, give to the world, to the people watching before, we go our separate ways, you go enjoy the rest of your evening?
As of right now, I would say Combate is going to be back July 25th, I believe. And I mean, if I'm not on that card, I'm out. So expect to see me July 25th for Combate Global.
There we go. July 25th, people lock it in. And how can people catch up with you? I know you're on Instagram. Just look up Jaden Ortega on Instagram. Are you on any other socials?
Just Instagram right now. I mean, I'm trying to get a TikTok going, but social media is it's a commitment. I'm committed to actually training right now. Once I build the platform through MMA, then maybe I'll hop on the social media channel a little bit more. But right now, just focus on the game at hand.
No, you're real on that. We were just talking to the War Talk with Chris Padilla last week, and he was talking about the heaviness of both responsibilities of everything you have to do as a fighter and then all the external things that's going on. But I'm glad you're picking priority number one and sticking with it. My man, it's always a pleasure talking with you, and I'll catch up with you soon. And I'll probably be seeing you July 25th, my bro.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right, man. Thank you, Mr. Ortega. Catch you later.
Thank you, guys. Later.
And folks, when you talk about people that have the it factor, it's clear to see. It's clear to see that the young man's got the capital letters IT, the it factor going on many levels.
Well, dude, I usually like to try and share some knowledge when young guys are on the show. I try and give them a little knowledge. Like anything I would tell him, he's already doing. It's like he's already in Vegas. He's already knows his style and that he was at a good gym. Sick Jitsu is a good gym, dude. They've got Michael Chiesas, Juliana Pena, they've got champions, they've got people that have won tough. It's a good gym, but him recognizing that it doesn't fit how he fights, I'm just figuring that out now. 20 pro fights in, that like, hey, I don't wrestle. I'm not a good wrestler. Like, so he's got it, dude. He's got it. That was a great having him on.
You know, that's just something us Polynesians have to just come to accept at some point in our lives. We're just like, we're just not wrestlers.
Just throw hands.
We're
Just throw
here,
hands.
yes,
That's what we
throw
do.
hammers through your face.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for joining us, getting a taste of, you know, someone that I've got to watch their pretty much most of their whole career come through. If you haven't, jump back when you get to this point. But like and subscribe. Just hit the stupid thumbs up button on YouTube. Helps a lot.
yeah.
Gives it to other MMA people. Like, do it earlier than later, because apparently that helps better. But you know what? We're gonna get back on track. We try to have some structure in this show, even though we like to go all over the place. And our number one most favorite thing to do, the pump and dump, where we look back at the most recent UFC event, this time UFC Vegas, and we look at the entire card. We watch the whole thing, and then we decide something that's going to get some love, something that's going to get some criticism. I don't get to pick what we're doing first. Hi, Chief. What are we doing?
So I'm pumping first. I feel like I've been very negative. I think I've been dumping a lot recently. So we're trying to start off with some positivity here. I'm pumping Doohoo Choi.
Oh, let's go.
There's nothing sweeter than the body shot KO, than the liver shot finish. It's the Swedish finish. That's so great. And Doohoo's good, dude. I don't know him at all. I don't know the background. Like, why? I don't know why it's been so long since his last fight. Like,
I think it was military service, wasn't
well,
it?
no. So he had a long layoff, and then they figured out his military service. So for everyone who doesn't know, if you're a Korean citizen, a male Korean citizen, you have to serve in the military. So Doohoo, in the middle of his UFC career, had to leave and go to the military, and that ended in 2004. And he came back and had a fight, and then hasn't had a fight since then. This was it. So whatever the reason is, great way to come back with a finish, man. Great way to come back with a finish.
Maybe he started like a kimchi brand back in Korea. He had business to attend to. Shout out to kimchi worldwide. Yeah, dude, I agree with everything you said. The only question mark is at 35, you know, wasting time is like probably not the good thing to do. But when you fight like that,
and listen, this goes out to Wonder Boy too. I don't know if did they release a retire? Regardless, after 32, you're not Superboy anymore. You're not Wonder Boy anymore. Okay, you're a man. You're a man.
Yes.
You can't be Korean Superboy and be 35 years old.
Thank you, Zach, for saying it. So I don't have to. I often say these things. So yes, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, great performance. Body shot, sick with it. It was a good fight overall. Yeah, it's a very, very solid pump, my friend. I'm gonna go with, well, let's just see this short awesomeness that it was. So unlike being named the wrong thing like Superboy and you're 35, Chaos Williams is perfect to his name. Some people live up to their name. Chaos is that. And I know there's a short clip there, but dude has been so fun to watch every single time. And he's on brand, which how can you not love that? And yeah, man, I'm pumping him, and that's all I got.
I got a micro dump for Chaos. We've trained together. He comes out to Denver sometimes. However, Chaos is a nickname, right? Chaos is not his real name.
Right.
Why does he have a nickname and a fight name? He should be Caleb Chaos Williams or just Chaos Williams. He shouldn't be Chaos the Bull or whatever his fight name is, Williams. Like, why are we having two nicknames?
Well, sometimes your nickname becomes your alias, and then that's like your name. You know, hey, you know what? Last week we argued about Bobby and King Green, and I'm willing to let Chaos have it. I'm willing to let Chaos keep it.
If you want it, then you change your name. You do like what Bobby did. If you want it, you change your name. You go to the courthouse and you change your name.
Then you got to explain to everybody from henceforth that it's with a K, not a C, and that's going to be not fun. But anyways, I'm breaking the rules. Surprising, not really. I have another pump. That was a good pump, but I have another one because I like this version of this guy. We've seen him fight a lot. He's one of the few guys to like have multiple no contests and like just a weird windy road of a career. But this version, give me more of this. Cody bust your ass Brundage. This version of him is what I want to see. We talk very often for a long time about how ground and pound has whittled away and is one of a lost art within the fight game, and is weird because of how important it is to scoring and all that. And I just love that. That was vintage. That was old school in ways. It was new school for him. I'm thoroughly entertained top to bottom, man.
You know, it's a great win. It's a good win. If you would have asked me 4 days ago who the worst fighter in the UFC was, I would have just said Cody Brundage. But not anymore. Not anymore. Like, I mean, he got it done, knocked him out. Like, what else can I say? What else can I say? He's all, dude. I brought this up once before in another Brundage fight. Like my record is 14-6, and I think it's garbage. And Rob was very kind when I said it before. Before this one, Brundage was like 11-11. Like it's good. Now he's on he's above 500. So, you know, good win for Cody. Good win for Cody.
Yeah, and not in the past, he would be the one with his butt on the ground playing defense. And I like to see this version of him is so much better for everybody involved, us watching and for him. So good stuff. Folks, if you guys like the videos and the clips that we share live, then join us live, because YouTube doesn't for YouTube. Yeah, YouTube makes me scrub them by tomorrow morning, and yeah, sadness. So there you go. All right, now we're on to the dump. What we got, man?
So my dump, we'll just roll the clip first, is Polyana Viana.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to keep this relatively positive. There's a lot of negative things that you could say about Polyana, but we will just talk about this position right here, getting capsule locked in the UFC. There's to do a body triangle from closed guard is so stupid. It keeps you on bottom, right? In MMA, in our game of MMA today, we're not playing jiu-jitsu. This isn't jiu-jitsu where you're going to work your swivel your hips, you're going to shoot up a triangle. You have one goal on the bottom in modern MMA in 2006, and that's to stand up. That's to get off the ground. That's your only job on the bottom in MMA. And you know what you can't do when you lock a body triangle from the bottom is get up. You can never. You're agreeing, I will never get up. So she was already saying, I'm going to lose this round at the very least. And then also, sometimes you calf slice yourself. You get capsule locked, and just it's a horrible way. If anytime the first time a submission ever happens to you in the UFC, that sucks, because you know they're going to be talking about that for the rest of history. The next time someone gets capsule locked, they're going to say, this hasn't happened since Polyana Viana got capsule locked in 2026. That alone it sucks, but it happens. I say this every week with my dumps. It's not about the loss. It's not about the loss. It's about the decisions that got her there of doing it's not even a finish. Like, where the capsule lock comes from is if they're trying to triangle you. If she was trying to triangle her and this girl pulled off that reversal, like, mad props. But it was not from any type of technique leading you towards winning the fight. It was something to stall and wait and hope the ref stands you up, and then you get finished off of it.
Yes. That technique is for mitigating damage. That's self-defense stuff. That's not really applicable, like you're saying, to modern MMA, especially in the UFC. Like, that's not what you should be doing at all. I will stop with the dump right there, just to say Hell yeah. Somebody's got to be the fucking B-side to history. And when history happens, somebody has to be that person. So I'm reversing the reverse. And I'm saying, instead of dump, Pollyanna, good for you. Good for you for being the B-side of history. Good shit. You know, like, and that's all I'm gonna say. See, that was me being positive. How did that
there
work?
we go. There we go.
How did that work? All right. Well,
you just know Pollyanna lives in Vegas too. You're hoping you come across her.
Yeah, I need less professional fighters to hate me, so that's important. All right, here we go. Here's my dump. And DC goes and proclaims, "Oh, Brock Lesnar style," freaking spilling mayonnaise all over the microphone. Dude, I just have a problem with this for probably the dumbest reason. Probably because I'm old. Probably because I think about this UFC way too much versus the modern UFC. And that is not, when you say it's someone's style and you homage something to the past, you don't go to the semi most recent guy who did something cool. You go to the original, the source material, if you will. And that is Dan the Beast Severn style. How dare you? And wrestler code, like DC should, like, I know Brock was a real wrestler too, but like, come on, man. Like, how did you skip Dan Severn in that? Dan, like, he was original highlight real material for doing the same move. So I am old, I am butthurt, and I'm not okay with that move being called Brock Lesnar style. That is 100% the Beast style, and that's all I got.
Well, I can't even think off the top of my head. I'm not some Brock mega fan, but I'm an MMA fan. I can't even think off the top of my head Brock suplexing somebody. I can think 20 times of Dan Severn suplexing somebody. I can't think of Brock, of that even being Brock's move. DC. So is your dump of DC? Is that who your dump is?
Yes, my dump is on DC's commentating of the. Dude, it was not the move. Not the move. Shout out to the opponent.
DC. It was. I think he was one of the goats, one of the best. Truly. I think he. Yes. I have nothing but respect for him as a fighter. I think he coaches a lot of good people. He is one of the worst commentators that they have. And we're never going to get rid of him because of who he is and his ties to the company. We're never going to get rid of him. But he is horrible on the mic.
And here's the thing with DC on the mic. Like, I get kind of like what Jaden was talking about. Hey, your first time up, first time on the mic, first time doing it, it is scary. You do get nervous. Sometimes you're searching for words when you don't have to. DC has been doing a lot for a few years now, and he's getting worse. His mic skills is falling up. It's like, I've never seen someone digress with repetition and he's a great when it comes to fighting, when it comes to knowledge of the game and all that stuff. He's ace.
Everyone likes to complain about fighter pay. You guys would be real bad if you knew what commentary pay was. Like, he's getting a lot of money every single time he's on the mic. He's getting a lot of dough to freaking get people's names wrong and call people they're training out of the wrong cities and everything that he does wrong, and he's making more than everyone on the undercard put together.
Well, I'll tell people this: it's hard to run a live without swearing a couple times. So when you run 7 hours of broadcast and you don't curse during a fight event, I think you deserve the money. Oh no, but all jokes aside, yeah. DC, love you on many levels, but just that was not Brock Lesnar style. Stop it. Get out of here. All right. We have a first. So, like, Pollyanna Viana was the first to get capsule locked. See what I did there? I did it again. We have a first ever here on the show. And it is, if I can get to this thing that I want to pull up, it's our first ever split draw when it comes to the poll. We asked you folks right after the fights. Now that it's over, rate UFC Vegas and MVP MMA because both were going on at the same time. And we have an astonishing 27.3% split in 3 different ways. A lot of people love both. Some people also love, the same amount of people loved UFC. They said it got over, it cleared. And both sucked, which was really interesting to me. And so let's add this to the halls of history here at Fully Hydrated, our first ever split draw. But yeah, there's It was a good, awesome weekend with a lot of fights. I'm just going to rattle off the people who left some comments. And here we go. Starting with Rising the Ranks MMA, Rising the Ranks. More MMA time. Lots of love faces. Lost my bets too. And that guy's still happy. So shout out to Rising for being happy, even though he lost bets. A lot of you fucks out of the internet need to learn how to do that. You need to separate you losing ass because you suck at MMA gambling and how fun the event was. So shout out to Rising for being able to do so. And the next one, Vita. MVP had a good freshman outing. Honestly, Perry is steadily thriving, and I love seeing it. As for the UFC card, I only watched Duho Choi fight. Love him. I'll watch the event replay tomorrow, maybe. Well, Vita, when you see this, let me know how you thought about the rest of the event, because that's pretty cool. You picked a poison, and I liked it. I like that you chose supporting MMA as a whole versus the monopoly. All right, keeping it moving. Brother Vaughn, I think MVP cleared. UFC generally sucked, but hopefully both will be winners in the long run, though. Is the pay sustainable? I don't know. But Netflix production and Jake Paul name still attracts an audience. And if they can sustain a monthly schedule, then it could be something. Yeah, that's something.
Well, so because it happened in California, like, we got to see the pay. We got to see what everybody got paid. And truly, it was not as much as I thought. Like, it was, yes, Gina, Ronda, Francis made millions, but like single millions or 2 million. It wasn't these outlandish, crazy numbers that people have been throwing out. Most people, almost everyone, other than those three that I just mentioned, were in the like 50 and below category. Felipe made 100, but JDS made 80 grand. Like, this is, to me, like, from looking, this is a sustainable model. Like, yes, they can't pay $3 million for 3 people every single fight, but they can pay people 40 grand a fight. Like, the show that they put on Netflix, I 100% believe if they wanted to do that again, they could. Like, that's a sustainable pay model, what they're doing.
And I will go on the opposite side of the scale. Everybody wants to look at the high side, and I'm glad you pointed that out. Like, for anybody who wants to hate, like, show me your fucking more than 2.2 million pay stub. Like, shut your face. But on the other side, there wasn't 8 fights with Bradas making 12 and 12, right? The low man on the totem pole was 40K. 40. So that's nice. That is good. That is all the stuff people have been bitching and crying about, this and that. Like, that's real. That's good. That is in a great direction. I like what you said too, Zach. That is sustainable. And to Nakisa's point, he said it live on air. Hey, we want this to be a thing, but we're proving concept. Like, we had to prove with Jake some time ago. We have to put a working prototype out in the world and show this functions. And hopefully it did. Hopefully it got over, and hopefully, we'll all see. We'll see soon enough. But
and just saying, like, I have firsthand knowledge. Like, I have firsthand knowledge of like the GFL contracts. And the second I saw that, I went, I hope we get one show. I hope this happens once. And it didn't. This one, I see this and I go, they can do this. Like, they can run this.
Yes. Awesome. Love it. Love that. All of that. Next comment was from Nicholas Basile. MVP was kind of a shit show, but I enjoyed it. It brought me back to the Strike Force days. It had a big, possibly less relevant names to grab the attention of the public, but it also has some great prospects for the hardcores. I really hope to see them succeed. I really agree on that. I saw a lot of people hating beforehand who were just like, it's just fucking old people. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, they would have to be older if they don't have a name. How would that work out? But it wasn't. There was also some young talent on the card that was just mentioned there. So yes, good recognition of that. I love it. All right. MMA Made. Both were entertaining, short and sweet and to the point, and I think that's a fair assessment. Last but not least, because I like to keep the ugly one for last, Thomas Mitchell, shout out, my man. What the fuck was that? How sad and pathetic. This happened right after the main event. It was
Was
it
he
was
the
targeted.
last one? Was he the last one last week too?
No,
Was
no, he
that
wasn't.
name look,
No,
okay. I was gonna say that name looks familiar.
He's commented on many things, but no, he's not always negative. But he was targeting the 17-second blunderbuss that was the main event over there. We'll talk about that more in a second. But yeah, there we go. So thank you, people. Thank you, everybody who participates. And I'll just remind everybody right now, like and subscribe, help us out, get this out to other people. But more than that, it's not just me and Zach talking.
We got this is the most people we ever had in stream. Throw up some comments, throw up some questions. Talk with us, guys.
Talk with us, please. Come on in. We'll be happy to share your comments on X or on YouTube. We can pull your comments from either or. So if you're on X or on YouTube, drop your comments, come talk, say what's up. All right. Well, we're done with that. And there is no UFC next week. Usually we do a little tiny preview. We just do the main event call out. But since there is none, and because there was such big news, I'm going to do something different, but the same, but different, as they say in the Chinese restaurant. Too soon, UFC main event prediction. Zach is reading my mind already. He knows where this is going. And we're too soon predicting the next mega event, McGregor versus Holloway 2, scheduled for July 11th here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And my brother, who are you picking?
Dude, do we even need to have this on here? This is like the word for this podcast specifically. If everyone watching knows anything about either of us, like we're like my only going for Max, just so there's no confusion. Max is going. Not only do I want him to win, I think he's going to murder Conor. Conor hasn't fought in so long. Can't even agree to make lightweight. Can't even agree to fight at 155. Like, I think that Max is going to absolutely destroy him. And dude, I don't know. I might go to this fight. I'm going to see if I don't know Max personally. I know we used to use the same weight cut guy. I'm gonna try and get Max's number. I'm just gonna try and call him for maybe get him on the show. I can't guarantee that, but I'm gonna try and get a text from him at least.
Yes, use the Polynesian pipeline. Use that, see what can happen. You know, this fight might make me come out of UFC live attendance retirement. I have been not going to UFC events in recent times because I don't like the ownership, I don't like the way they work, and I don't like their prices. I used to be able to sit on the floor, be like right there, and now I'm like middle of the arena for the same price. I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm old. I'm complaining about shit. That's what I do. But yeah, just like Zach said, if you thought I'm gonna fucking pick rapist ass McGregor over Holloway, you're smoking big crack. You're smoking more dope than McGregor was. Also, like, show me the piss test. All right, show me the 2 clean piss tests that he's mandatory has to pass to be able to do this, because I'm weird about that. Also, not making, because you don't make Max do shit. Max volunteered. He gets to eat more rice. The welterweight is ridiculous. It's a joke. It's stupid. It just, I guess in McGregor's mind, it's like, oh, that's creating some advantage. I can try to weight bully this guy. I think that's just real stupid.
He just doesn't want to go weight. No, he just so listen. This is my new with Diaz and Perry fighting at 170, with Conor and Max fighting at 170. Like, we need to just go full WWE. Like, no more weigh-ins. No more weigh-ins. We'll name all the heavyweight title is the world title. We'll name everything else. There'll be an intercontinental champion and a USA champion. Shit. And we just don't have weigh-ins anymore, but you just accept the fight that you accept, right? We're not going to book Conor versus Francis Ngannou, okay? We're just going to book who we book, and you can choose to accept or not accept. That's what I'm pitching.
I'm going to be old, and I'm going to shout out the open weight Grand Prix of Pride. Maybe one of the best, maybe arguably one of the best MMA events that ever happened in the history of Earth. Open weight chaos. But yes, last but not least, I know there's some butthurt people on X. There's many of you, and I'm not here to apologize to you ever. I'm here to actually rub this in your face. I know some of you are hurt because I told you you're retarded if you think McGregor's ever fighting again, and here he is announced to be fighting. But guess what, motherfuckers? He's done this before, and until his white ass is in the octagon and the cage door is closed, it's not happening. It's not to me.
So that's my biggest fear. That's my actual biggest fear. And I don't have the hate for Conor that you do. I like Conor, but my fear is that, dude, that this just doesn't happen. Like we make this big deal, we throw it out, International Fight Week, blah blah blah, and it just doesn't happen.
If I can just like project my mental thoughts to the world, I'm like, dude, this guy is using this as a marketing tool to make his name big again. If the flame was dwindling on his name, and he's just using this to spark it back up, he's reigniting it. Anyways, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I have to take the L publicly, because I will, because I'm a man about my shit. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back and say I was. But yeah, that's my feelings on it for now. And you know what? We'll move on to the next thing, because there's so much cool stuff that happened this week in the world of fighting and stuffs. All right. So I try to go back chronologically the best I can. We mess it up by starting with the UFC, but who else we're going to start with? So on Friday, there was one championship, and one championship keeps fucking up. That's the message. One championship keeps fucking up. And how are they doing that? Well, they've launched a pay model inside of themselves. So they have an inner circle thing now. It's a paywall before the free fights. And now the fights are just so early in advance that who the hell on this side of the earth besides Zach got to watch them? I don't know. It's weird that your most notable stars are going to start at the least accessible time for the rest of the planet. I get it. South Asia, like, good for you guys. Like, happy for you. I'm genuinely am. But like, literally the rest of the world is left holding rocks and not able to see this stuff. And it's just weird to me. It's a weird proposition. But let me get to the more weirder part, that this is, as they like to call themselves, the largest, biggest MMA organization in the world. And stuff like this is happening, which you see at regionals, dude. Now, folks, if you didn't get to see that, that was the main event: Anatoly Malikin versus Omar King. Either way, Rug. Shout out Rug. That was the end of their highly anticipated rematch that had been rescheduled for other reasons, but not the point. It was a big deal. And you can't tell in that picture, in the video, unless you were looking closely, unless you watch a fight, when those guys rushed over, Rug was like coming back from getting knocked out. He was slumped over in the corner, and Malikin's cornerman had rushed across, as you saw, and started, throwing blows with Rug's corner and kind of stomping on Rug at the same time. So terribly unprofessional and ugly. We're talking about the World Heavyweight Championship now, and what the fuck is and there was no sense of urgency. I've seen way better security and police response at regional events where this shit has happened with live action in front of my face. That shit was like a couple, God bless them, there's a couple women trying to like separate stuff. Like, that shit was stupid. Like, one championship, get your shit together, man.
Well, and just like for the full picture, for the people that didn't watch it or know what was happening, Anatoly knocks Rug out in his corner, which is fair, knocks him out, and then knees him in the head on the ground when the fight's being waved off. That part is Maybe he didn't know, maybe not, right? Who knows? Sucks. Sometimes it happens. Kneeing the down opponent is completely legal in one championship. But that's what Rugwork's Corner is mad about. Rugwork's Corner gets up on the thing, starts getting in his face. And Anatoly's Corner comes across. They don't know what's happening. But yeah, they're stomping Rugwork when he's down. They're doing stuff. To the corner, I don't really blame either corner. One corner's trying to protect this dude. The other corner doesn't know and they jump over. I do blame one, right? One now runs Rogerdom. That the stadium now is the reason they do everything there is because the Thai government is having one championship run and staff Rogerdom. Where's the security? Where's the red coats? Where's the people? Like, just like Rob was saying, that shouldn't have gone on for 3 minutes. That should have ended in seconds. As soon as one corner is running, I'm telling you right now in Vegas, you can't even stand up. If I stand up, there's a red shirt putting his hands on my shoulder going, hey, sit down. Right? Like, I can't even stand up. For a 3-minute brawl to happen is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. But yeah, come on, get it together for the athletes, man. Like, for the athletes. Like, that could have Rugwork's coming too. That could have been really bad for him and could have been bad for everybody involved. Like, everybody, there's nothing good that could have came out of it. And the fact that nothing super shitty terrible did was a mini miracle within itself. So yeah, that's all. So come on, one championship, do better. Come on, do better, please. Come on. You can. We know you can. All right. So then we slide from Friday into early Saturday for us stateside. It was normal combat watching hours over in the UK. BKB, Bare Knuckle Boxing, the brand, and they got their letters and their name nice and uniform, so it's easy to remember what they do and what they're about. But the awesome, in my opinion, and I say awesome because Paulie Malignaggi speaks the truth. Like, you might not like the guy. Sometimes he says stuff that's irritating, whatever. At least he's honest, which is kind of hard to find in media and in fighting all the time. But here you go. This was him trying to become the second guy only to be able to get a world title in boxing and then a world title in bare knuckle. That has only been done by so far Austin Trout. Shout out Austin Trout for being the only man. Nope, maybe not. I don't know what happened there, but I'm gonna try it again.
Side Jimmy Smith and Paulie Malignaggi gets clipped with the right and down in the early going.
Good right hand, caught Paulie mid combination. The count is at 8. I don't know if he makes it. He does.
And look, D is ready to finish the fight with one more punch here in the second round. He's lining up Paulie. Paulie has great survival instincts, and he goes down again as he gets pushed down.
That was a push. Paulie's got to move and get out of there. He's got to get out of the corner. Got to use his footwork. He does have the speed, does have the combinations, but not at this distance.
Oh, another right, and down is Paulie again. And now he's bleeding. He's in no condition to continue. This corner of D is saying, don't get up. D has always been a fan of Malignaggi's.
That right there, unfortunately, looked like possibly the end of Malignaggi's comeback tour in the bare knuckle space. He still has one more fight on contract, but you know these kind of guys, they want to be going for the title, and if it's not for the title, it's kind of what's the point for some of them, especially when they're accomplished and deep in the game like that. So maybe not, but either way, Paulie, good show. You know, he put it out there. Azur really enjoyed the BKB card. It was. So folks, if you like violence, you can catch up with them. They air their stuff a little bit delayed on YouTube. Their prelims is there. If you like violence, like that's your spot. Like BKFC and BKB.
Well, so I've given my spiel that I hate that we have two bare knuckle boxing organizations that have different rules. I hate it. However, the BKB, dude, the Dorito ring, that thing, like if you like violence, like that thing, you have to fight. You have to fight. BKFC, the circle is like small, and they start them right away to each other, but there's no corner. There's no way to get trap somebody. The Dorito, all it is corners. It's just a corner. So dudes are fighting every single time. So I do love BKB. I just am mad that we don't have a unified bare knuckle boxing rule set.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love back to the Dorito rig, as you call it, which I think is hilarious. Is you take more than 2 serious steps back, you're cornering yourself. So that is really, really big and really important. All right. We're gonna keep it moving. And folks, once again, like, subscribe, help us out, appreciate it. If you like the videos, watch us live. Join us Mondays, 7 p.m. Pacific, because I can't promise what sticks and what goes. YouTube tells me what to do tomorrow morning. I got to get rid of most of it. All right. On to the other big deal, super big deal event that was going on simultaneous, which, my man, this is something I seen. I think Aaron Bronsetter. So shout out, Mr. Bronsetter. I think it was you. I want to give you credit for this. He posed a question like, when was another time in North America specifically where fans were thinking about a different organization that was running an event at the same time as the UFC? And they didn't play soft. They didn't try to slide in a time slot that was different than the UFC. They didn't pick a different day. They went straight on, maximum effort, which I give them a lot of credit for. But like, I have a couple. Do you remember? And it's been a while. Like, you remember any like events like this?
No, not at all. Head to head with the UFC? No.
Head to head, yeah. The only one that I could really think of that was like that, and I can't even remember if the dates were head to head, was I know Affliction was because the UFC purposely counter programmed them. They try to take their viewership. So I know Affliction did, especially with Fedor versus Pitbull, Arlovsky. But the other one I kind of thought it was Kung Lee and Shamrock, because I know that was a mega event for Strikeforce, but I don't know if UFC was running that same day. My memory can't decide that. But anyways, to the fights themselves, really awesome, in my opinion, for a brand new organization with all the can you think of another organization that had their first debut that had so much pressure to be better than the UFC? Like, a lot of times new organizations coming out, shout out GFL that got mentioned earlier in the show. It's just like, can you fucking turn on the lights and make this happen? It's not even about can you run with the UFC. For them to have that kind of expectation on day one.
I mean, they put that they put the expectation on themselves, especially raw everything Ronda was saying.
Right.
The big thing though was the production was great. And that's what seals it for me. And that's what the UFC. I don't think the card for card, not even talking about the best UFC card, the fights were not as skillful as the UFC fights, but nobody cares about that. Nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody cares. The production was good though. Like we talked about when Game Bread had their return show, and it was like, guys, like, what are we doing? This production is not good. The production was good, and that is the real. When especially being on Netflix, when someone just clicks on and goes, "Oh, I heard about this. The girl from Star Wars is fighting," right? And clicks it on, and if people are actually talking, it's moving, it's going well. That's what keeps people watching. Like, long, weird pauses, just showing the crowd. Like, that's when people go, "Oh, nothing's even happening," and they just move off of it.
That's solid points on all that. Shout out to the undercard's pacing. The undercard's pacing was amazing. Of course, when they got to Netflix, they got to pay the bills, folks. Of course, there was some ads and some stuff. Like, don't be ridiculous. Everybody's got shit to pay. But the undercard was just bang, 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 bang. No fluff, no filler. Chat GPT speak. It was in there and it was good. Now, there was one fight that I did not see being the way it went. It was really entertaining, and then all the clowns of MMA Twitter, MMA X, or whatever the shit it's called nowadays. You made a comment about this fight, my bro, and then the cockroaches showed up. So let's play the clip.
Beautiful exchanges, big right hand again from Nakuda.
Marias and Nakuda expending all their energy. From Marias, immediately he takes the back. Seconds left. Marias looking for the rear naked choke. High drama. Nakuda survives an incredible sequence. Finish the fight and Nakuda's out. Nakuda's out.
That Mamma Mia, as Ronaldo, that Mamma Mia moment was from a difficult one for someone like you watching it. You did not have the same like, oh boy.
So it's super exciting what happened. Super exciting, but like I put on X, Marias is holding the choke, and Herb's late to get there, and then like shakes, won't let it go. If you've been choked, if you have been in chokes, like you can fight it, and when it's out, it's like that. Like when he finally goes, it goes. And people are saying, oh, he was out before, oh, what he was on. We don't know because he held on for too long. He held on past the bell. So irrelevant. If he was out, let it go and then win the fight. But we don't know because you held on for an extra 2 seconds. And so now, like, we have to just assume that you did that because he wasn't out. And then, like, I'm usually defending him. I defend him all the time. But Herb is just messing up, dude. Herb is not doing a good job. Like, for real. Herb has had so many bad – it's like every single time there's a bad call, we're like, who was – oh, it's Herb? Come on. Like, what the hell, Herb?
I want to take some personal responsibility for this because earlier in the fights, I commented how MVP has the elite tier of refs. The refs consisting of Herb, of Herzog, of Mr. Beltran, Mike Beltran, and the all-time great one, John McCarthy. And Big John, rounding out the list, I kept him as last because he saved the best for last, of course, on that list. And I was very confident of what I was saying at the time. I was like, yeah, like look at like if you're gonna put together a fight, these are the 4 gentlemen you want there running the show. It's not gonna be any better than this. And then that happens. And then we have to go to replay to shout out to California for adopting what Nevada brought to the table with the fight ending replays being utilized in iffy circumstances. And we can get into the whole deal if you thought it was the right call or not, but at least they used it. Like, and this is, I hope other places saw this and was, oh, did you know California has this rule? No, maybe did, maybe didn't, but now you do, and other states get it together. I'm looking at you, New Jersey, with your 2005 rules. You still haven't adopted the new shit. Like, get with it. This is important because stuff like this is happening all the time, but we just don't always get to see all the fights. So, yeah. But yeah, definitely to what you said, the choking. Yeah. Like, yeah, that's, I like your expression that what you said. I'm paraphrasing what you wrote. You said it would be like punching you 4 more times after the bell rang.
Just imagine it's not a sub. It's not a sub. I'm on top. I'm punching. The bell goes off, and before Herb gets there, I just punch a lot faster. And then Herb pushed me off, and then the guy's out. And they're like, "Oh, look, well, he's out." I think it was the punch before the bell rang that put him out, though. The 3 after, there wasn't those ones.
Those could have woke him up.
Yeah,
those are no big deal. Yeah, questionable on that one. It's a one that'll live in infamy. Maybe they'll rematch. Maybe they won't. But
I'm not even going to try and butcher his name. The other guy was winning. He was up on the cards. He was up on the cards and winning. So they literally, everyone was getting flat fees there. So it wasn't show win, but they stole the win from him, right? They didn't steal any money from him, but they stole the win from him.
Well, and his undefeated record, right? I think he was undefeated. Yeah. So now that's in the weeds too. Well, something else that's in the weeds is maybe the relevancy of Nate Diaz being like a, and what's weird because he'll draw numbers no matter what, but like I don't know what promoter can get behind him after this.
And that head kick and punch is exchanged by Josh Thompson, but Perry looking to stop Diaz here in round 2, 1:45 left. Diaz, back, vicious elbow from long distance by Perry. Diaz fishing for an armbar. Perry continues to deliver ground and pound.
And it is so slippery, it's going to be really difficult to control the...
There's a part 2.
Offensive onslaught from Mike Perry, and yet Nate continues to survive, but for how much longer?
And I'd want to say that there's more to show you, but that essentially was the whole fight. It was Mike Perry just delivering an ass kicking from front to back, just how it was the whole time. And I was entertained, but Nate, what are we doing, brother? Like,
dude, I don't even, and they have a huge following and a huge fan base, and good for Nate. Good for Nate. But I don't understand. He's been garbage for a long time. Like, remember the BMF title fight? Remember the original? That they put that on his like accomplishments. Like that, one of his accomplishments that they had under there was like origin of the BMF, and I was like, because he got the shit kicked out of him by Jorge Masvidal. Like the same thing. Jorge just beats the dog shit out of him, but he was there though. He was part of the BMF. Like, dude's not a gangster. I don't know why this has become a thing that he's this gangster. He's not a gangster. He's a vegan. He runs kids classes. Like, there's nothing gangster about Nate Diaz, and he's like, he was good at fighting at one point, but it's that time has passed, and I just don't know like what the goal is. I guess that's where I'm good with this spiel. What's the goal here? What's the goal? There's no one he's gonna beat. Like, when was the last time he won a fight? Right? He lost to Logan Paul, like lost to Mike Perry, got the shit kicked out of him by Mike Perry. Like, what is the Nate Diaz goal right now?
I mean, I want to give him the credit. So this has nothing to do with the fighting part. I want to give him credit for selling the name that he made through the UFC. A lot of people have a hard time selling the brand that they created, that they didn't get fairly compensated, which is like a lot of things the stars talk about. And he's definitely a star. So for him to be able to take his side quests and ball it up into paydays, good for him. God bless him. Hell yeah.
I agree.
That's what I give him credit for. And I'll say this. I'm a sucker. I will always get a little bit excited for a Nate Diaz fight. I'm not really believing he's going to win, but I'm still going to like, hopefully, like, I'm going to hope and cheer, because deep down inside, it still happens. I'm a Nick Diaz fan. Dude, so I'm a Nick Diaz fan.
This is what I was going to say.
Pass it to Nate.
This is what I was going to say. And like, maybe this is unfair to me. I'm a little brother. Like, I have a brother. I'm a little brother. My older brother was really good at sports too. But I feel like everyone who watches Nate just wishes he was Nick. Like, that's everyone, every Nate Diaz fight, they just go, oh, Nick Diaz was I loved Nick Diaz. Let me tune into this fight.
And because they were so similar years ago, it was probably the only time where the substitution matched the original thing that you couldn't get, because Nick got screwed over with the weed clause. Yeah. So we lost him for a few years. So Nate and him fought very similarly. And we were just like, oh, sweet. We get our Diaz fix is kicked in, and we can get it with this guy. But yeah, man, I don't know. And shout out to Stitch Duran, being fair to him, letting him know that the cut is like no good. And I know they have a deep relationship. They've been cool for like a long time. So
I put that on X today, because Stitch even said like, the fighter, it matters more to me than any of your opinions. That Stitch put that on X. And dude, that is, as much as we all hate that, the fans hate it, the promotion hates it, the fighter hates it, having someone in your corner that's good, that will throw in the towel for you, is what you actually need. If you're a real fighter, right? Because you're not going to throw in it for yourself, and you're going to go out there and like I had a fight stop for a cut, and I didn't want to stop. It wasn't my coach, it was the doctor, but like, you know what I really wouldn't have liked? To go out there and then lose my eye. Like you have to have people that care about you more than you wanting to win one individual fight. And that's shout out to Stitch for that.
Definitely. Shout out. Mr. Duran, we love you. All right. So everybody knows that the main event was lightning fast. Everybody knows that it played out like to order. Like what you would like what literally the masses called out. The masses says Ronda's just gonna dump her on the ground and then armbar her. Like that's what everybody, and it happened. It did. But there's an angle of the fight that I didn't see live because the live broadcast didn't show this angle. And I could argue maybe this fight could have been ended sooner for rule breaking, for spiking.
She dispatched Gina Carano in 17 seconds.
Yeah, just gorgeous timing on that double leg as she drives through.
That was a DDT that was not scored for Carano on the score. I looked for the DDT. I did not see it. One more time, if someone just look, this could fuck your neck up. For real, though. This could be real bad.
She dispatched Gina Carano in 17 seconds.
Yeah, just gorgeous timing on that double leg as she drives through.
And that would make the fight 4 seconds instead of 17 seconds. I think there's something there. I don't know. I'm just talking shit, but yeah.
Listen, people, I've seen the people saying, "Oh, fixed. It was fixed. It was fixed." Let me tell you something. 100%. If MVP got to fix this fight, if they got to make this fight happen the way they wanted to, that's not what they would have chosen, right? They would like the fight was that result. That fight was like a letdown for MVP. The fact that it was 6 seconds, Gina absolutely not deserving to be there. Ronda just doing what she always does, like that was not good for MVP. So it was not fixed, or if it was, Ronda doesn't know how to play her part.
Yeah, that's honestly for real. You couldn't pause. I don't see how you could. I know people are just probably salty because they wanted more action, but that's not a fix, dude. And also go look at the armbar. Like, go look at it, folks. Like, that shit was isolated. Thumb up. Like, no, that was not. That was not.
I say this, Gina, you don't need to hear anything from me, okay? You don't need to hear anything from me. But if you're fighting Ronda Rousey, maybe we work some armbar defense. Maybe that's an important part of the game plan is working some armbar defense.
You know, I respect her coming out today. I didn't get to clip it, but she said, you know, throwing the kick was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but she basically says that. And you know what? Fuck yeah, Gina. And you know what? Like, what are we supposed to expect you to have incredible fight decision making with all this pressure, all this moments? You got fucking Ronda coming at you like a bullet, and so you chose to kick when you probably shouldn't have. You should have did anything else but that. But I'll give Gina Carano credit for the DDT. I think it was massively underrated. People should really pay attention to that. It was pretty awesome. And yeah, that's almost it. But man, I know we ran a little overtime. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we close up shop?
You know, just that I thought the MVP card. This is the big thing, and I've already kind of like halfway said it. It was okay. It was above average, but the big thing is it was sustainable. Like it was something that I could see them doing again. It wasn't this like massive splash. They were like, oh my God, they paid Ronda $15 million. Lose, oh, so crazy, all this stuff. And we're like, well, that's never happening again. I could see them putting on another card and competing with the UFC, or at the very least being like a strong number 2, which will also drive up the UFC. So
yes.
it was all good. It was a net positive.
What I liked about this whole thing, besides all the things that you just mentioned, was they fanned the flame. They put the spark of hope, if you will, into the dream match of Francis versus John Jones.
John.
They tease that. They tease this thing out there.
So if they can pull John from the UFC, if they can pull John from the UFC, like I don't know if Jake actually likes sticking it to Dana or if it's just a character that they play because freaking Prime like sponsor the UFC, all that stuff. I don't know if he actually like hates Dana, but if he does, like that would be pissed Dana off if he could actually pull John out. There would, there'd have to be a lot to go on. John would have to sit out for over a year and blah blah blah. But it would be wild.
There's a part of me that thinks this is why John Jones keeps saying thinks he's retired, so he doesn't have to say he's retired, so that the clock keeps counting. He can just keep kind of playing this casual point of view as the clock melts off the contract there. So who knows? I don't know, but I hope, and I just like that hope. That was nice. That was good of them to do. One last thing that they did before we move on was something we didn't really get to talk about, but I do want to address real quick because I've never seen this before, and I thought it was really cool. Not just because he's my friend. You guys already know this. I fucking love the guy, but that's not the point of why I'm bringing this up. So it's really cool of Francis to give Felipe the fight of the night bonus or performance of the night bonus. So Francis got $100K bonus for his performance, and he just turned around and gave it to Felipe, which is arguably one of the fucking coolest things ever done. Ever, maybe? I don't know.
Well, dude, so you remember when Francis joined the PFL, part of his contract was that his opponent had to make $2 million. That was part of his PFL contract. And that's why he never fought for the PFL. That's why he only had one fight for them. That's why it never happened. So Francis, he doesn't speak that much, but he's a good dude. He does his part to try and take care of fighters. He does more than anyone else I've ever even heard of does.
Mm-hmm. And people might forget, but part of the reason why the UFC and him split wasn't because the money. They came to term on the money. It was his auxiliary terms that he had that weren't being met that he wanted
for his opponents.
Yeah, and he wanted a fighter, a fighter advocate.
Yeah, fighter advocate and health insurance.
Yes. So he's literally a rising tide trying to lift all ships. And I couldn't respect the guy that I've never met. Hopefully someday will. But I couldn't respect the guy more from afar than I do with Francis. So definitely shout out to that. All right. Well, folks, thank you for going the distance with us. I try to leave the show on something a little funny, something a little weird, maybe something we don't really see that often. And got something for you. Here we go. Shout out to British intelligence.
Yerk out of the red corner in the blue shorts, and just to make things complicated, Castillo out of the blue, and Yerk comes right out.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Not sure why the referee is counting. It is all over inside a few seconds. Well, Barrett, I joke that we filmed for around an hour. This one will probably end in 30 seconds. It's gone less than that.
Get the medics in. Get the medics in. The referee just walked away. He's counting it first for no reason at all. Then he when the fight's over, he just walked in.
Shout out to Barry Jones and his commentary there, former world titleist Barry Jones. His comments right at the end there were magical. One, why the fuck are you counting? What are you doing? And he's walked away. There's a guy laying like he got hit by a rifle on the mat, just dead, half-ass, and there's no nothing happening. There's no medical staff. There's nothing, and this is why the UK absolutely sucks. What a gong show that was. And I mean, we've seen guys get nuked right off the bell before, but all of that was just a donkey show and a half, and I loved it. I love every second of it. What was your thoughts? Well, I hope you.
So there's one thing. What are you counting for? I respect the announcer being like, why are we just walking away? Get someone in there to help that guy. Respect all that. However, I always think of, and it was a title fight, way different than that fight. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, first number one, when Wilder knocks Fury out and he's dead, and then sits up like the Undertaker, like that one. They didn't need. They shouldn't have counted that. They should have waved it off. Fury's literally laying there dead, and it sits up. But maybe that guy thought he was going to get his moment of counting to 9, and the guy shot straight back up.
Yeah, maybe he was. He was like, "Oh, dude, I could be on the highlight reels."
Yeah.
Well, there's only certain times that works, and that's not that time. Folks, thank you for going the distance with us. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Jaden Ortega one more time for his time sharing all of his wonderfulness, and catch him. You can catch some of his fight replays on Combate, the Combate Global channel on YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, hit the fucking stuff, send it to friends, whatever the hell you do. We appreciate it. Your time spent with us, appreciate it. Next week is Memorial Day. So shout out to all those who celebrate, to all those who gave their lives for us and our country. And guess what? What we're going to do, not anything as awesome and heroic as that, but we're going to show up. So next week, Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific, there's going to be lots of things in the combat sports space, and we're going to talk about them. So come join us. My man, anything you want to say before I close it up?
Nope.
All right, fair enough. Well, folks, it's been a good time. We'll see you next time. But in the meantime, stay fully hydrated. All right.